Hello everyone, this session is mainly for the students who wants to appear for NEET and JEE Mains. So students, in this session we will solve some of the questions of organic chemistry. Every time whenever you prepare for any exam, you need to follow some system, right? So according to the weightage, if we'll study, then there will be a smart work. As you all know, oxygen containing compound have a very high weightage in both the exams. So we'll solve some of the questions from the chapter that I've taken from class 12, that is alcohol, phenol and ether. In today's session, I'll be focusing on alcohol. So let's get started. The first question we have is the best method to prepare 3-methyl butane 2-ol from 3-methyl but1-ene is, and here are the options, that is addition of water in the presence of dilute H2SO4, addition of HCl followed by the reaction with NaOH, hydroboration oxidation reaction, and Ramer-Tammann reaction. Whenever you want to select right answer, just see which answer is out of the box so that we can cancel out that option. So in this we can see Ramer-Tammann reaction doesn't give final product as alcohol, but the final product of Ramer-Tammann reaction is salicyl aldehyde. So it will not be the correct answer. Now we'll see the other options. We can analyze that hydroboration oxidation and addition of HCl doesn't followed by reaction with NaOH doesn't takes place in one step, but addition of water in the presence of acid takes place in single step, that it is a single step reaction. Basically, what is mean by best method? The best method is the one which gives maximum yield in minimum time. So the right answer will be the first one, that is addition of water in the presence of dilute H2SO4. So students, here is the reaction. 3-methyl but1-ene that will give the product in the presence of H2SO4 as a catalyst. Basically, catalyst increases the rate of reaction, or we can say it increases the speed of reaction. So here it is 3-methyl butane 2-ol. Students, addition of water in the presence of H2SO4, that means hydration of alkene, right? So here are the hydration in which there are two methods, that is direct method and indirect method. In direct method we have acid catalyzed reaction, that is nothing but our option, correct option A, that is addition of water in the presence of H2SO4. And in indirect method, in which hydroboration oxidation reaction can be written as HPO, and oxymercury demercuration reaction, that is OMDM. Alkenes can be categorized as symmetrical alkene. I'm writing an example of ethene, and the unsymmetrical alkene. So symmetrical alkenes are those alkenes in which the adjacent groups of double bond are same. And I'm writing an example of propene that will categorize under unsymmetrical alkene because the adjacent groups of double bond are different, as you can see here. So if we see the mechanism of acid catalyzed mechanism of symmetrical alkene, so here I am writing ethane in the presence of course, by the addition of water in the presence of H2SO4 is a catalyst. So we all know that the pi electrons are loosely bound electrons and are ready to break easily by the attack of reagent. So H plus water is in the form of H plus and OH minus ion, so one hydrogen will move toward one carbon atom and the other will move toward other carbon atom. So the final product we have is ethanol. Let's see the mechanism of unsymmetrical alkene. So I've taken an example of 3-methyl but1-ene. So here water is in the form of H plus and OH minus ions. So one of the H plus will move toward one carbon and OH minus will move toward other carbon atom. And we get alcohol. And here the acid is acts as a catalyst which increases the rate of reaction. We can say it increases the speed of reaction. And basically acids are used to protonate, or we can say for the protonation, because it provides H plus ion. But here what happens, H plus ion reacts with water firstly and it provides us protonium ion. Now you can see here protonium ion is having a plus charge, so it acts as an electrophile. And alkene is having a pi bond, and the pi electrons are loosely bound electron. It's ready to donate its electron and acts as a nucleophile. So here what happens is I'm writing the first step of the reaction mechanism, that is the pi bond breaks and it donates its electron to the protonium ion. And oxygen is having here plus charge because the valency of oxygen is 2 but here is 3, so it becomes unstable. It takes its bond pair electron toward itself and hydrogen get attached. So there are two possibilities, or we can say two carbocations are possible. I'm writing CC. So if the hydrogen will attach toward the left side, so I'm writing here, when hydrogen will attach toward the left side of the double bond, so the right side of the carbon which is present toward the right side of the double bond will get positive charge, and when the H plus is attached toward the right side of the double bond, the carbon which is present at the right side of the double bond, so here primary carbocation is formed and here secondary carbocation is formed, and we know that the secondary carbocation is stabler than that of the primary carbocation. Here the secondary carbocation is formed during the reaction. Now next what happens in the mechanism is, in the previous reaction we get water as a byproduct, and the water is having an oxygen which is having a lone pair of electron and acts as a nucleophile to donate its electron to the carbocation. Now I'm showing an attack of lone pair of electron to the carbocation. By this attack, the water gets attached to the carbocation. Now this is how it gets attached. Now again the water becomes, now here you can see oxygen again become unstable, and because it have positive charge which acts as an electrophile, and the another molecule of water molecule will donate its lone pair to the hydrogen atom so that it gets attached to the water molecule and forms protonium ion, and oxygen will take its bond pair electron and become stable. So here I'm writing our final product. As you all can see, the alcohol is formed as a product, and protonium ion we got is as a byproduct, which will ready to which will ready for the further reaction. So here we got 3 methyl butane 2-ol, which is our option A. That we got is what we got is this as a final product. So it will also follow a Markovnikov rule, students. But what is Markovnikov rule? The negative part of the reagent will attach to the carbon atom, which is having less number of hydrogen atom. Okay. So now we see how the Markovnikov rule applied here. You can see water is present in the form of H plus in OH minus ion. So the negative part of the reagent, that is water, will go attach to the carbon atom, which is having less number of hydrogen atom, and the other part will attach to the other side of the double bond. So here the Markovnikov rule is also possible. The second question we have is an alkene is treated with diborane in the presence of H2O2, that is hydrogen peroxide. What will be the final product? And the option we have is aldehyde, 2-hydroxylpropane, alcohol, and trialkyl borane. So in the previous question, as I've already told you, that hydroxylation oxidation is indirect method of hydration, and in this method the final product will be alcohol only. So if you know this, then you will directly choose the correct answer, that is alcohol, as our right answer. Here the three things are required: borane, H2O2 and basic medium. So right answer is alcohol. Trialkyl borane will not going to form as a final product because it is formed during the reaction. So it will not be the right answer. 2-hydroxylpropane will also not be the right answer, and aldehyde is definitely not formed during this reaction or as a final product. So here, as I've already told you, three things are required. That is borane, BH3, hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, and basic medium. So students, as you all know, that two types of alkene is possible: symmetrical and unsymmetrical. If I've taken an example of symmetrical alkene, then pi bond will break, and one of the, like in the presence of BH3, hydrogen peroxide and OH minus ion, pi bond will break, and one of the H plus will go toward one carbon, another will go toward other carbon, and like this alcohol is formed. But here students, water is not possible to provide H plus and OH minus ion. So here H plus borane will give us H plus, and OH minus will be provided by hydrogen peroxide. Now here I am writing an example of propene. That is our correct answer. So let's see how the alcohol is forming directly. So first what we require is borane, hydrogen peroxide and basic medium. So here students, anti-Markovnikov rule is applied. So let's see whether the anti-Markovnikov rule is applied here or not. Later on we'll just confirm it. Now what will happen? The double bond will get break, and one hydrogen will go toward one, another will go toward other carbon atom. OH minus will go toward other carbon atom, and 1 degree alcohol will form. This is the basic reaction. Now let's see what is the mechanism behind this reaction. So students, here I am starting the mechanism of this reaction. I've written a propene. I'm writing a propene in the presence of BH3. Students, BH3 is acts as a Lewis acid. But why it acts as a Lewis acid is it have 3 bond pair electrons, and its octets is incomplete. it has 6 bond per electron altogether. Now boron is having 5 atomic number 5, that is 1s2 2s2 2p1. If I am writing a ground state in excited state of boron, this one is the ground state and the excited state is this. So you can see here the one p orbital is vacant. All the 3 hydrogen gets attached and the one p orbital is vacant. And the pi electrons of propene is ready to take that place. So students, here the attack will happen and hydrogen will move toward one carbon atom and simultaneously BH2 will move toward other carbon atom, and the process is happening very fast. That's why the carbocation is not possible here. The CH2 will get attached to the BH2 and simultaneously the hydrogen will get attached to the left side of the double bond. Now you can see here again the p orbital is vacant because the valency of boron is again 3 and one of the p orbital is vacant. Then we'll take another alkene, that is propene. Now similarly the pi bond will break and boron will provide BH2, that is attached to the propane, will attack here and one of the hydrogen gets attached to the left side of the double bond. Similar process will take place which happens in the first step. Okay, so what we get is this. One BH and then CH2, CH2, CH3. Now again the valency of boron is 3 and the p orbital is vacant and it's ready to take electron from the pi bond. So again we require a propene that will then the pi bond will break and the electron will move toward the p vacant p orbital and gets attached to the chain. Like this we got 3 alkyl borane. So here you all can see why we have cancelled out this option, which is the option D, trialkyl borane, which will not be the final product because now the oxidation takes place on the basic medium. Now students, we can write H2O2 like this also. So now we have a 3 alkyl group, so we have to take 3 H2O2 in the presence of course basic medium. So here 3OH cleavage will occur and the 3OH gets attached to the alkyl chain and it gives us primary alcohol, 3 molecules of course, and the byproduct we get is H3BO3, that is boric acid, or we can write BOH thrice also. So students, here anti-Markovnikov rule is applied. Because the negative part of the reagent will attach to the carbon atom which is having more number of hydrogen atoms and the H plus will get attached to the other side of the double bond. So you can see here that our right answer is alcohol. So the next question we have is choose the correct X and Y in the given reaction. So here 2 reactions are given and the reagent which is used here is sodium borohydride. So if you know the properties or the role of sodium borohydride, you can easily solve this question. Okay, so let's see the structure of sodium borohydride first of all. So what is the structure of sodium borohydride? It is Na plus BH4 minus. it is a mild reducing agent and it is very selective reducing agent. This selectively reduces the functional group. And if the cerium 3 is present as a reagent in any reaction, then it will like selectively reduces the alpha beta unsaturated ketone into alcohol. So here aldehyde ketone and carbonyl chloride can be converted into alcohol by the presence of sodium borohydride. So these three groups, it affects on these three groups and convert it into alcohol, whereas acid nitrile group, amide group, amine group, epoxide, and even the double bond, these groups remain unaffected by these reagents. Okay. Now we'll see whether this reagent is converting this group or not. So it can be easily diagnosed by this information. So here we can see these three groups can be converted into alcohol. This remain unaffected toward by this reagent, by the presence of this reagent. So in the first, here the ketone is given and the ester group is given. So we all know it will only convert ketone group and it will not convert ester group. So let's see the options. First of all, it is not converting ketone group into alcohol, but here it is given that it can be convert alcohol ketone into alcohol. So it is not the right answer. No need to go for the Y reaction because the whole answer becomes wrong. Now you can see here it is converting ketone group into alcohol, but it is also converting the ester group into alcohol. But here it is given the ester group cannot be converted into alcohol. Only the three groups can be converted into alcohol. So this will also become the wrong. No need to go for Y. Now the C will see here the ketone group is converted into alcohol and ester group may remain unaffected. So here it is right. And the Y also you can see that aldehyde can be converted into alcohol and here it is converting into alcohol. So this one is the right. For our satisfaction, let's see this. Let's see the option D. Here also you can see it remains unaffected to the ketone. So it becomes wrong. So the correct answer will be the answer C. So the next question we have is, which reducing agent is used for the following conversion? And here you can see acid is converting into alcohol and four options are given. So here you have to see that oxidizing agent is also present here, that is potassium permanganate and potassium dichromate. So we can cancel out these two options. Now we have two options left that and both are reducing agent, but I've already told you about sodium borohydride that it will reduce selectively. So it will only reduce aldehyde, ketone and carbonyl chloride. So right answer will be lithium aluminium hydride. Now let's see the structure of lithium aluminium hydride. So students, I have written the structure of lithium aluminium hydride. Now let's see what is the meaning of oxidation and reduction. For the oxidation and reduction, you have to just remember a very interesting mnemonic, that is oil for oxidation and RIC for reduction, because it is little bit like confusing for the students. So oil stand for oxidation is loss of electrons and reduction is gain of electrons. So this is how you can remember this thing. And in the case of oxidation, oxygen is added, and in the case of reduction, oxygen is removed. Next one here is hydrogen atom is removed and here in the reduction hydrogen atom is added. So this is the little like a basic kind of thing that you need to remember. Now let's see what is oxidizing agent or reducing agent. So students, the oxidizing agents are those agents which oxidizes the species or a substance with which it is present. Okay, oxidizes the substance with which it is present, but it itself get reduced. So I'm writing here reduces itself. And in the case of reducing agent, similarly, it will reduces a substance or a species with which it is present, but it itself gets oxidized. And I'm writing here oxidizes itself. So this is the little important things that you need to remember. Here I have written role of lithium aluminum hydride. It reduces the polarized multiple bond. I've mentioned an example. Remains unaffected to a double and a triple bond. Aldehyde, ketone, acid, ester and lactone can be converted into alcohol. Amide, nitro, nitrile, oximes and azide is converted into amine, and alkyl halides can be converted into alkanes. For example, methyl bromide is converted into methane. So the right answer we have is lithium aluminum hydride. Students, next question we have is 1-phenyl ethanol can be prepared by the reaction of benzaldehyde with. So here it is asking which reactant is used to prepare 1-phenyl ethanol with benzaldehyde. So this reaction is nothing but Grignard reagent reaction. We can say Grignard reaction of Grignard reagent. So in this reagent, firstly we will see how the Grignard reagent is prepared. For this we have to take alkyl halide and magnesium. Students, magnesium is very active metal and it possesses +2 charge, and because it is a metal, it becomes partially positive and makes alkyl chain partial negative. So here alkyl magnesium halide complex is prepared, or we can say alkyl Grignard reagent is prepared. And so here of course alkyl chain will get partial negative and it will become partial positive because it's metal and it have +2 charge, so it satisfies both the group and come in the middle of the complex, and it is called as organometallic compound. So students, next we'll see, this reaction mainly happens with aldehyde and ketone and it produces alcohol as a final product. So here it is asking which reactant will be there, and here 4 options is given, that is methyl bromide, ethyl iodide and magnesium, methyl bromide and aluminum bromide, and methyl iodide and magnesium. So you can see option A and C is out of the box because this both is not a Grignard reagent. So I'm writing here the reaction. Now if you will confuse between option B and option D, so just you have to see in 1-phenyl ethanol 2 carbon atom is present, okay, and in benzaldehyde which is already present in as a reactant, so 1 carbon we already have, so we have to take methyl iodide. So I've already ticked the right answer, that is methyl iodide and magnesium will be the right answer. So benzaldehyde reacts with methyl magnesium iodide. Here we have benzaldehyde which reacts with methyl magnesium iodide. So we know that magnesium is having +2 charge and satisfies both the group and come in the middle, and because of this group alkyl group gets negative charge, partial negative charge, and we all know oxygen is having more electronegativity, it becomes partially negative, and the carbon which is attached to the benzene ring becomes partially positive. The groups the bond between alkyl group and the magnesium halide is very weak, so it breaks very easily. It gets break very easily. So the opposite charge will move toward each other. Opposite groups like methyl group will move toward the carbon atom, which is partially positive. So the adduct we form is, I'm writing here OMGI will attach to the carbon atom and the other side will be methyl group. After this, we know carbon we get, now the carbon will get partial positive charge and the OMGI will be the partially negative. Hydrogen is present in the form H plus and OH minus ion. So of course oxygen is more electronegative, so it becomes partially negative and the carbon will become partially positive. So here OH will move toward the carbon atom which is attached to the benzene ring, because OH is having negative charge, and hydrogen will move toward the other group. So the final product we get is CH. Here you can see OH will move toward the this carbon atom. So CH3 is already attached there and OH. So 1-phenyl ethanol is prepared, and the byproduct we get is, and the hydrogen will move. So MgOHI will form as a byproduct. So 1-phenyl ethanol we get as our final product. So the right answer will be methyl iodide in magnesium. Now the last question we have is propanone on reaction with alkyl magnesium bromide followed by hydrolysis will produce, and 4 questions are given here. So as I've already told you that if you treat formaldehyde with Grignard reagent, it will give us primary alcohol. If you treat any other aldehyde except formaldehyde with Grignard reagent, it will give secondary alcohol. And when you treat ketone with Grignard reagent, it will give tertiary alcohol. So here you can see propanone is given. When ketone is treated, give tertiary. So propanone is given, so that is nothing but ketone. So the right answer will be tertiary alcohol.